Namaste. It's a great pleasure to introduce Professor Alex Hankey.
Namaskar.
He was a long experience related with yoga and Ayurveda. From last 50 years, he has been working related with Ayurveda and integrated medicine. Namaste, Professor.
Namaste. Yes, that's a very kind introduction. I actually learnt His Holiness Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's system of transcendental meditation in November 1969. So I've been practicing the technique for over 50, almost 55 years, and over 55 years, and I became a teacher in March 73. I joined Maharishi International University, and this was greatly questioned by my father because my first degree is from the University of Cambridge in my native England, and my second degree was from MIT in Boston, Massachusetts, Cambridge, Massachusetts.
So you also worked under the Nobel laureate Brian Josephson.
Well, I have collaborated with Nobel laureate Brian Josephson, and I can tell you another story about that. And I worked under Nobel laureate, actually worked under him, advised for my first year at MIT, Steven Weinberg, who invented in physics the Standard Model.
So how do you see the Ayurveda from the physics perspective or from
Well, I'm so glad you asked this question, because for the last many years, I have been working on the physics relating between Western science, and the Vedic sciences. And the physics of Ayurveda, and more generally the Ayush systems of medicine, is something I have thought about very deeply, and I've made a little bit of quite good progress.
So I've seen that many of your work, especially SVS Vivekananda Yoga Kendra, you have been collaborated many years. And how do you see the future of Ayurveda?
The future of Ayurveda. Well, you see, the government of India has recently, and I talked about this yesterday, introduced an amazing new policy called integrative medicine. And integrative medicine means that in the education of all doctors, Ayurvedic doctors, Ayush doctors from other systems, and biomedical doctors, they all have to learn at the undergraduate level both what we call allopathic biomedicine, which feeds poisons to people, and the Ayush systems of medicine, namely Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Swarigpa, and homeopathy. And I've essentially developed physics theories for all of them. Okay, of which the homeopathy is not yet fully published, partially published.
You know that Global Ayurveda Festival is such an event where people come from different walks of the world,
yes,
come here, including the students. So there are so many young budding Ayurvedic doctors out there. So as a very senior personality, what is your message to the young budding Ayurveda doctors?
Oh, Ayurveda is a far superior system of medicine to almost every system of medicine for the following reason. When you look at the Ayush systems of medicine, they can heal patients very often, not always, but very often, who have non-communicable diseases. For the last 30 years, all the top doctors in the world have recognized that the pandemic of NCDs, non-communicable diseases, is a challenge to humanity. Now, the drug companies don't want it to end because they make great profits out of the incurability under biomedicine of non-communicable diseases, and they are called chronic diseases. So the chronic disease crisis has been with us for 30 years. And the point that I made, particularly in my talk at the 10th World Ayurveda Congress that I gave yesterday, is that the Ayush systems of medicine are in a position to completely resolve the chronic disease crisis. Well, almost completely result.
Thank you very much for sharing with us at precious time. Thank you. Namaste, Alex.
Good. So.